So me and Pooch were talking about this, and if you were granted the opportunity to announce the Miami Dolphins pick, whatever round pick it is, right, and you read it, and it is just an abysmal pick, which is a very high possibility, would you risk the consequences of what's to come by announcing the pick that you want instead of the pick that's on the card?
Um, well, in terms of if they have to keep the pick, then yeah, I'm sacrificing myself. Like if they because there's if I make a pick and they're like, no, they still have to go with the pick guy they pick, then not. But if you're telling me right now, like it's like I'm reading the pick, and I'm like, oh no, and it's like if whatever I say comes out of my mouth is our pick, oh yeah, I'm taking that pick. I'm taking my pick. I'll watch. I mean, I'll never be allowed back to the stadium. It'll be a sacrifice.
Never.
I will essentially sacrifice myself for the Finns, success, and I'll do it 10 out of 10 times.
What is going on? We are back for another Tranquilo Sports episode. It has been an eventful last few weeks. It's going to be another
Yes, it has.
eventful week this week. We got NFL draft. We got hockey playoffs. We got NBA playoffs. Panthers are in the playoffs. Heat are in the playoffs. Heat doing Heat things. Found a way to sneak into the playoffs. First 10 seed ever since the play-in existed to make the playoffs. So Heat doing what they usually do. Panthers are going to be in full speed, so we're going to get into a little bit of both Heat, Panthers, NFL draft, a little golf stuff. Obviously, the Masters happened 2 weeks ago already, which is crazy. We had an eventful week this week with RBC and the Corrales Punta Cana. That was a crazy ending to that tournament. So a lot of exciting stuff in the sports world going on right now.
Yeah, no, a ton. Yeah, and like you mentioned, a ton of things have happened literally in the last couple weeks, and there's so much down. Essentially the next few months, especially if obviously the Cats make another Stanley Cup run with the Heat. There's some magic there. Like we set ourselves up with a nice couple month stretch of like our teams are on a playoff run. So those are always the best.
Yeah.
Obviously, you got the draft. You got 3 more majors coming up. So, yeah, I think we're set up nicely, and I can't wait. It's the summertime's always a fun time, and then boom, boom, you blink, football's right there again. So it's year round, baby, year round.
We're back. We're back. Let's kick it off with the big. Obviously, we got Heat Panthers, but let's kick it off with the draft. Obviously, there's a lot weighing as Dolphin fans going into this draft. You got the Jalen Ramsey news, obviously that leaked about a week ago now, and just kind of what's going to happen there. He doesn't want to get traded, but basically mutual agreement that they're going to try to send Jalen Ramsey. We'll see what the market looks like. Is it a draft day trade? That's to be seen.
That would be insane.
Yeah, so we'll see there, but obviously there's a lot of needs for the Dolphins, right? We'll start with the Dolphins because there's a lot going on just in the overall draft in general. But we'll start with the Dolphins. Obviously, we got needs at corner now, even more than before. No Fuller, no Ramsey possibly, and then now We need D tackles. We need offensive line. Same narrative as last year. Here we are
same old thing,
with the same exact needs. But I don't know. I don't know what to expect out of this draft. Obviously, we have to draft well, and we have to stop drafting experimental projects. They need to be guys that are ready to go on day one, because that's how big the holes are right now. Mm-hmm. So I'm very curious to get your perspective on what you think we're going to do with that first round pick this year.
Yeah, it's kind of changed in the past month or so, to be honest. I think, listen, if it was up to me, pending, obviously all these moves now, there's a lot of needs on defense. There's a world where I would take 7 O-linemen, but I don't think that's going to happen, nor do I think that, honestly, we need to pick people on defense. Our D-line is extremely weak at the moment. I mean, it's just really
thin. There's no depth, and the interior specifically.
Interior linemen, it's just Sealer and nobody. Obviously Phillips will be coming back. I'm assuming Chubb's coming back unless we decide to trade him too. But the line is a bit sketchy at the moment, so I wouldn't be shocked to see us take a defensive tackle at 13. But as this week's unfolded, the cornerback position has become looks like probably priority number one, because if we get rid of Jalen Ramsey, we're not putting Storm Duck at cornerback one, you know what I mean? We're going to have to draft DBs. And a couple months ago, I was probably looking more at the safety position, because obviously Vaughn's up in New York,
right?
Poyer's not coming back, but we did bring in a couple guys who got that slipped my mind right now. I know the guy from the Lions and the Jets, the other one.
Davis.
Yeah. So, granted, I wouldn't be shocked if we still take a safety at some point. I don't think we're going to use our first round pick on a safety. I think our first round pick is either going to be a cornerback, and I would take, what's this kid's name, from Michigan, Will Johnson. From Michigan's probably, if he falls to us, he's the number one cornerback in the draft. If he does slip, that would be great. I would take him happily. If not, I can see us taking a defensive tackle or offensive lineman. That's obviously a huge need for us. We drafted a left tackle last year. We got obviously Austin Jackson on the right side. Liam Eichenberg's right now our starting left guard. So, if we take a left guard at 13, I will also be just as ecstatic. Okay.
Well, I think this guy Daniels from the Steelers, I think is going to be slated at. Is he left guard or right guard?
I think he's right guard. So, I'm pretty positive right now Eichenberg is our starting left guard. So, yeah, that's a hole that we're gonna have to.
Well, I was reading something with Eichenberg that he is actually going to be taking reps with Patrick Paul at left tackle.
All right, guys, it's been real. I'm going to head out of here. If Eichenberg is our left tackle, just punt the season. Again, this guy, man, I hate dogging people, man, but dude, I don't, if, Eichenberg,
it hasn't worked out.
He's depth. He can't be our starting. Nonetheless, left guard. Don't even get me started on left tackle. What is it? That's insane to me. But no. I would love to take the kid from Texas. I'll take any of them. Kevin Banks from Texas. I think he can play guard too, guard or tackle. I'll take him. I'll take give me any offensive lineman, and I'm gonna be happy. The only the positions I'll be upset about, if we go somehow, it'd be crazy. He's not gonna fall to us. But if Janty's there, it's yes, we got him, but we don't need a running back. Who's he going to run behind? You know what I mean?
It's about need at that position. Yeah, I don't think you get best available.
Yeah, which sucks because I'm usually a best available guy, but the team has too many holes that you can't.
Too many holes.
Listen, for me, it's offensive lineman. Pick the position outside of center. I'll take them. Defensive tackle and then cornerback. That's where I want my pick at 13 going. I saw there was a little talk in the beginning that maybe if Tyler Warren was there, would you take him?
I was about to ask you about that.
That's an interesting one because I do think that guy's going to be next level. I've seen him at Penn State. Obviously, Dre, we watched him live at the Orange Bowl. He's truly a one-of-one tight end. He's a playmaker. Him lined up next to Jonnu would be insane. I actually think we can run a lot of different things with him, and it fills the role adding another obviously he's a tight end, but like he can play as kind of a big receiver in some different packages that we do, and I like listen, we're gonna probably still keep Reek. I don't think anyone's gonna trade for Tyreek Hill at this point. Obviously got Waddle. We brought in the guy from Tennessee, name completely slipping me, but I actually like the pick. So like if we got Warren at 13, it'd be like, okay, that's pretty cool, but it's also not a need. Like in my opinion, I want a cornerback, I want a defense tackle, an offensive lineman. Like that's what I want, and that's what I need. So
the guy that I like at 13, I don't know if he's a reach, but I mean, from what you read on him, he's a stud. The Bama guard, Tyler Booker, I think is his name.
Dude, I'll take him.
That's a guy. He seems like a day one, ready to go. Put him in there, and he's gonna be a stud for you. I mean, that's what we need to beef up. We need to beef up that interior on both sides. I mean, offensive and defensive line. So for me, to your point, if you would have asked me this 3 weeks ago, I felt like we were going to go interior offensive line or somewhere on the offensive line or on the defensive line. But it seems more and more like we have to go corner at this point.
We just
don't, because at that point, then I feel like there's a big falling off. So it's like, who are you going to be able to rely on that you might be able to get in the second, third round? There still might be talent. You still may be able to get somebody there. But at the end of the day, you need a day one starter, and who better than a day one corner like Will Johnson or the Texas guy Brown.
I'll take him too.
And a lot of the mock drafts have us taking him. One of them too.
Well, because it's the Will Johnson thing would be banking on him falling. There's a high chance he does not fall to us because he's that good. But if he's there, like I think you have to take him. Now, whether he's there or not is the other picture. But I'm with you full-heartedly on cornerback, man. Because especially if we're getting rid of Ramsey, even if we're not getting rid of Ramsey, we still don't
really have a true corner too. Even if you were to keep Ramsey.
Yeah, exactly. So, those are definitely
because Cater's more of a slot guy.
Yeah.
Storm Duck had a good season last year, but he's not a corner too, right? So you're putting these guys in positions that it's not really where they're going to thrive. So, and we've seen that happen in the past where we're putting guys in positions where they're not set to thrive, and then we're ripping them for not performing well. But it's like, well, you're not putting them where they're supposed to be. And I think that's where we need, at 13, it makes sense to just go get that corner 2 or 1, whatever ends up happening with Ramsey. But at least you solidify one of those 2 spots where you hopefully feel good about that pick. Go start day 1, and then, the rest of the guys can kind of play where they're supposed to be. We're not going to go safety. There's no way we go safety now.
Not at 13. I wouldn't be shocked if we draft one in the draft, but I don't think we're one at
Right. Yeah. 100%.
I mean, the kid from Georgia would have been sick too, but we've got bigger needs.
100%. So me and Pooch were talking about this, and if you were granted the opportunity to announce the Miami Dolphins pick, whatever round pick it is, right, and you read it, and it is just an abysmal pick, which is a very high possibility, would you risk the consequences of what's to come by announcing the pick that you want instead of the pick that's on the card?
Well, in terms of if they have to keep the pick, then I'm sacrificing myself. Because there's if I make a pick and they're like, no, they still have to go with the pick guy they pick, then not. But if you're telling me right now, I'm reading the pick and I'm like, oh no, and it's like if whatever I say comes out of my mouth is our pick, oh yeah, I'm taking that pick. I'm taking my pick. I'll never be allowed back to the stadium. It'll be a sacrifice. I will essentially sacrifice myself for the Finns, success, and I'll do it 10 out of 10 times.
Facts. I was telling Pooch that you would probably become the most hated person in the Dolphins organization, but you would be the most loved person amongst the Dolphins fan base.
100%.
And I think that is enough to be worth it.
Well, there's a world, you become like a living legend, essentially. There's a world, though, 2 things happen. It only goes 2 ways. 1, the pick you make ends up becoming a stud, and then he's so good that they actually have to welcome you back with open arms because the pick was so good.
Well, you might start getting phone calls for GM.
That's true. That is true. That is true. Option 2 is if the pick we make is 10 times worse than the pick they were going to make, then actually we'll be hated by both fan base and organization,
That
and we might not be able to show our face ever again. But I trust us to make the right pick.
Facts. So overall, right? I mean, we talked about the 13th pick. What do you see us like focusing on in those? Like, I think we have 2 4th rounders and 2 5th rounders. Yeah. Is it double down on the line? Is it double down on best available at that point? Like, how do you see us approaching some of those later rounds? Because I think that's where we're really going to win the draft, basically. You know, I think we'll do fine at 13. Hopefully, there's one scenario, which I'll get into, where I will stop being a Dolphin fan if this happens.
Oh, we got to hear this one.
Yeah, but in the later rounds, kind of how do you envision us going about that?
Yeah, I mean, if it was up to me, I would triple down on offensive linemen, defensive linemen. I mean, and probably a cornerback. Like, if you told me tomorrow and said we're only going to draft O linemen, D linemen, and cornerbacks, I'd think it's a successful draft. In terms of those are our biggest needs.
True.
Yeah. Like that would be, for me, a win. So I would love.
Almost like you got to draft at least two in every single one of those positions throughout the course of the draft.
I will take that. Like, I will take that happily. I'll be like, all right, you know what? Like, hopefully these guys pan out, but like, this is the way that I would have loved. Like, I want to see us go. So I hope that's the way. There's also scenarios, especially toward the end of the draft, like second back half or whatever, where obviously a lot of it does become best available because some guys do fall, things like that, where it's like, okay, maybe we do just take a chance on this guy.
Right.
You know, and in those cases, you know, obviously ideally, if it was up to me, lineman, cornerback, D lineman. But if there's a guy who falls who's an absolute stud, it's like kind of hard to say no. Depends the position, but you know, like if they take a flyer on like a safety or something, or even
I can see that.
Or you know, listen, edge rushers are always going to be good too. Like
always.
It kind of falls into the D line position. I'm talking interior mainly, but I'll take an edge rusher too. Like you can never have this like, you know, Chop was an amazing rookie year. He's going to continue to build on that, but keep pairing guys with him and Phillips. Like the name of the game on defense, if your defense is a lot better when you're applying pressure, it opens up, you know, the rest of the team. So even if you don't have such a great secondary, if you're putting pressure on the quarterback, it doesn't really matter because you know, quarterback's gonna have to get it out quicker, and your defense is gonna, you know, adjust. So I hope that's the way it goes, and that's kind of the way that I think they should go. So
no, I agree. The thing that I'm surprised you didn't bring up, which I think is interesting in those later rounds, is I think you can get great value out of quarterback at that.
You can.
And that, to me personally, it shouldn't happen in the first 4, just because again of how many needs are out there.
And it's not a huge QB class too either, by the way.
At quarterback.
Yeah.
What happened?
Like, it's not even like a huge QB class either. Like in the sense
no, it's
like,
not.
Like, you know, we've had guys. There's been like 6 QBs going in the first round. Like, that's not happening this year.
No, that's not gonna happen.
Wasting the 13th pick on a quarterback would be pretty brutal.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because that was my point, was if there's one scenario that they can mess it up, and is if they draft a quarterback at pick 13, it's going to take me – basically, I'm going to stop being a Dolphin fan until Greer's gone, essentially. Like it's done. You won't see me at a Dolphin game. You won't see me wearing
it's the Dre boycott.
Yeah, it's a boycott at that point. It's like you just went and you paid Tua a ton of money, right? Which, in my opinion, rightfully deserved. I understand the whole health issues and all that. That's another topic for another day. But at the end of the day, with the amount of holes that this team has, with a guy that you just paid, and you go and you draft a quarterback at 13, it's like, it's it. It's over for me. I'm done. Done.
Yeah, that would be absolutely insane. And, like, I actually, funny you brought that up.
That's not going to happen, but if it did, it's the final straw for me.
Oh man, that's tough. The thing is, I would agree with you, but then I saw this quote today that Jackson Dart said that he has his eye paint on one side because it's like Anakin Skywalker, and I'm all in now. Like, so Jackson Dart me, bring
Dart at 13. Like,
no, be insane. No,
I mean, Dart could go in the first round. I feel like his stock is really high right now.
It has risen, for sure.
Like, raving about him, you know, outside of Shador and obviously Cam Ward as like what seemed to be the number 1 and 2 guys. Obviously Cam number 1. But I really would be shocked if we did that. It would piss me off a lot, and it would make me so angry. But I do think that there's an opportunity to get a guy like a Quinn Ewers or a Dylan Gabriel or a Will Howard, maybe somewhere in like the late fourth, maybe fifth round. I mean, we'll see how those things kind of pan out. But there, I would justify going to get a guy like that. Like all three of them, very successful college careers. They have solid traits. Like if they could develop, and for whatever reason, Tua does go down. Obviously, we signed Zach Wilson, but it's like those guys.
What about Zach?
That's fine, right? But you need three,
Yeah.
especially if Tua is prone to injuries. We've seen it happen where 1 and 2 go down. So if you can get a guy that's, relatively cheap on a rookie contract for the next 4 years, Zach's on a 1-year deal, you at least have a good backup to your backup, essentially, that you can then develop over the next 4 years. I mean, you never really know. And those guys had successful careers. I think that you can get good value out of those guys, and you never really know what happens with a guy like that. Like Will Howard, I mean, he balled out in the college football playoffs. I know there's a lot of tape on him that people aren't sold on him, but shit, I'll take him in the 5th round easily.
Yeah, I'm with you. Listen, if we take a flyer like one of those guys late, I wouldn't hate it either. Because obviously, we know the health history, things like that. I'm cool with that. But I'm 100% with you in the sense that we better not draft a quarterback.
No.
We better not. Like that. That would be.
If we do, we're cutting up that clip so everyone knows what the status is of my fanhood on that page.
How long do you think? All right, what if we took one and he ended up becoming the GOAT? You have to walk it back.
I'll eat my words. I'll eat my words.
You have to walk it back.
I'll eat my words.
Super Bowl champion.
Right, that would take obviously Tua getting hurt, right? Mm-hmm. And then him
it'd be the Brady thing.
Yeah, exactly. It would be like a Brady situation. Right. If that happens, I'll gladly eat my words. I'll be celebrating in the streets. Yeah. I'll be having a fucking party. Like I don't give a shit. But on draft day, I will not feel that way. But if we win a Super Bowl, I'll eat my words. I'll never be a GM, obviously. And I mean, I hope that happens, honestly.
No, same. Let's see. I mean, I love the draft. I love it. It's really like they've actually done a really good job of making it like an even bigger event. And I mean, listen, the football sickos, we're always going to watch it. But now it's like I genuinely love it. It's going to be a triple TV with that, the Cats, and Heat. I might even go to a bar for it. I know you guys are going to be there, so that's going to be real.
That will be cool. Hopefully, I'm not booing that first round pick, and I'm celebrating that first round pick. But so the Heat and the Panthers are both playing on Thursday too.
I know the Cats are. Let me check the Heat.
I think the Heat might be playing on Friday. Let me see.
Oh yeah, you're right. Wait.
No, wait.
No, they're Wednesday. Oh, they played it. Wait, what?
No, yeah, they play tomorrow. Right?
No, they don't play tomorrow. They play Wednesday.
Wednesday and Saturday.
Oh, what a spread.
Interesting. I'll take the extra day of rest. God knows we need it.
Yeah.
Before we get into Heat and Panthers, what's your biggest surprise of the draft, you think?
Biggest surprise. I don't know if I've got. It's a big surprise, and this would be a surprise if Cam Ward's the only quarterback drafted in the first round. There's been, with Shador, I think Shador's going to be very good, but I can see him falling out to the second round. There's been a lot of hype around Jackson Dart. There's a world where he doesn't make the first round, so I'll say that Cam Ward's the only quarterback drafted in the first round.
Interesting. That would be a surprise to me. I mean, I would have to look it up, but I wonder when's the last time only one quarterback went in the first round.
It's been a while, probably.
It would have to have been a while.
Yeah.
You think Giants go Abdul or they go Travis?
I think it depends on who. I think whoever the Browns go, they're going the other way.
True.
I don't think that the Giants have now 3 quarterbacks, so. I mean, they're either going up. Yeah, exactly. Can you imagine they're going to have four quarterbacks in there.
Oh my God.
No, they've got to go either Abdul or Hunter.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It all really depends on the Browns. I think the Browns. If I were the Browns, I'd probably honestly go Abdul. Like
I think they're going to go Abdul.
If you pair Abdul with Myles Garrett,
I know.
That's insane. Like that's
I think that's the route they're trying to go. It's like if we have those two guys on the outside, our defense will be our secondary is going to barely have to do anything because there's going to be so much pressure.
Yeah, and especially in that division. I mean, you've got Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, and whoever the Steelers most likely either end up drafting. Who knows what they do with Aaron Rodgers? But that would be a huge move for them. And then I don't know. I can see Travis Hunter in the Big Apple. So
I could see that. That'd be sick.
Yeah,
that'd be sick. Yeah, no, I'm excited. Thursday draft day, all weekend long. I mean, every round is relevant at this point. So we'll be watching every one of those picks coming in, and we'll see what happens, and we'll see the status of our fanhood come Thursday night.
Andre might be ripping pictures off his walls if things don't go right.
Oh, my God. I already know what team I'm rooting for.
Whoa. What team would that be?
Giants.
Oh, you'd go yep, that makes sense. That makes sense. I should have guessed that.
Yeah, so
that'd be cool. I mean, if they do go Travis Hunter and Vaughn back there, that'd be pretty cool.
That would be sick. That would be fun to watch. But we shall see. We shall see. All right, let's get into a little bit of the home teams here. Made the playoffs. We got playoff hockey starting on Tuesday. For the Panthers, already games started today, but we got the Panthers starting Tuesday. It's gonna be a fucking intense series. Intense. No better way to start than with a little local Florida rivalry against the Lightning, who I don't think they're the favorites in it, but they are home. They're home ice advantage. Yeah. So it's gonna be a fucking. We got a target on our back.
It's going to be a war. Two, we absolutely have a target back because we're defending the Stanley, baby.
Exactly.
It's our first, obviously, cup rerun, I guess. Repeat, defending the cup. Yeah. It's going to be unreal. It couldn't have gone to a crazier kickoff. Battle of Florida, first round. The Lightning are very good. Like you mentioned, they are home ice. Technically, we are still the favorites. But it's pretty close. I mean, I know we're underdogs in game one, but this is going to be an absolute war. The hits galore.
They have us as favorites right now.
They to win game one?
-105.
No, but I think that's the Lightning are -115.
Oh yeah, no, that's yeah. I see it here.
Because they're still technically it's like Maurice already said. Maurice said. Everyone's playing. All the dogs are out. The rats are out. But technically, they're not cleared yet. I know they said Chucky was going to see how Chucky, skates tomorrow when we're recording this. So we'll see. I expect him to play. I expect everyone to play. I think we've been resting guys the last couple of weeks to prepare for this. And I am just so ready. I'm ready for the rattiest of rat lines.
It's gonna be a fucking dogfight.
Yeah, absolute dogfight. But I want to see out there. I mean, it's better to happen. But I need a line of Chucky, Bennett, Marchand, the rat line like that. It's gonna be chippy. It's gonna be intense. And we've played them. Obviously, their little brother. Hold our Stanley Cup bum. But they, we've played them. I think it's 3 of the last 4 playoff runs that
I feel like we've seen them pretty much every time we've been in the playoffs lately.
Yeah, I don't know the exact number, but yeah, it's been great. I mean, obviously they've got 2 Stanleys. We just won the most recently. I mean, Florida is the greatest hockey state of them all, and the fact that we get to kick it off against that with hope, and then we essentially, if we're able to win, we get to play some of the weakest teams in the world in Canada. Obviously, we know they can't win a cup. My enemies from up north. But no, I'm super pumped for this series. I'm super pumped for this cup run. I mean, this team is obviously ready. We got the dogs, we got the rats, and listen, a lot of it falls on Bob and obviously
any team, it's all going to come down to goalie play at the end of the day.
100%. But I'm confident. I mean, this team is good enough to repeat. This team is good enough to make that run again.
You can make the argument it's a better roster this year than last year.
Yeah. And it's
we were able to do at the trade deadline, and it all was because Chuck was hurt at that time, which with that crazy hockey,
rule, which the Lightning actually took advantage of a few years ago.
They did.
Dog my buddy Eric. I'm about to call. I might call Eric and talk shit to him on his call.
Phone him in.
I might phone him in and see what he's doing. But yeah, man, I'm excited. I mean, obviously, the team is stacked. They've got the experience. They've now had back-to-back cup runs, one win, one loss, and now they're ready to go for number 3, baby. It's gonna be more than a lot of really good teams this year. That's the best thing with the hockey, like NHL playoffs, is like pretty much every team is really good. Like there's not like like in the NBA, like you can have some teams just sneak in there. No one's sneaking into the NHL playoffs.
No.
Like if you're in the NHL playoffs, you're a dog. Like you're ready to rock and roll. It's why there's a ton of 8-1 upsets. Like everyone's good, but 100%. We are the top dogs. We got the marker on our back. Everyone's coming for us, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I am wearing the damn champions patch because we are the damn champions, baby. And we're ready to run it back. And guess what? And we're gonna go run through Tampa. We're gonna run through Canada. We're gonna run through them all. Ovi better be not ready for us. All right, I'll tell you that much. We are going to the damn moon.
I'm fucking amped up right now. I'm amped up. I am curious to see, obviously we haven't had like our full roster together pretty much the whole second half of the season. Is there a little bit of like rust with that first line in the beginning of this series? I could see that, where it's like, hey, we haven't played together, so we got to build that chemistry a little bit in like game situation, essentially, that I could see us, maybe first 2 games starting a little slow, but once we get through those first 2 games, by game 3 on through the rest of the run, I feel like we're going to be hard to beat, and anyone's going to struggle to beat us because that line and that depth that we have, it's like, it doesn't matter who's out there. We're going to be able to score. We're going to be physical. We're going to be fast. We're going to play defense. And then if Bob can just keep doing what he's done historically in the playoffs, we're pretty much impossible to beat.
Yeah, it's the thing with that's a good point you brought up because I was talking to Javi and obviously he's a huge diehard Cats fan and he didn't want to play Tampa first round because of how physical the series is about to be, and obviously we've got guys coming back from injuries and we'd rather he was like, I would rather play some pansy team up in Canada, but listen, the only way through is to toughen up, baby.
Exactly.
Skates, baby.
I think the opposite. It's like you can make it out of this series, with guys somewhat banged up going into the series. Like the sky's the limit at that point because you're already like the tone's set, like the momentum's built off of like the physicality that you had to get through to get to the next series, right? And I think the Panthers almost feed off of that. They 100%. They embrace it. They want it. They want to be it. They kind of like the target on their back. And when you got guys like Chuck, like everyone kind of feeds off that energy.
100%. That's why I think I actually I'm with you. I love that it's Tampa. First of all, I just love playing little brother up in the west coast of Florida. Anyway, but I think it's not get right series, but it's like a hey, like it's time. It's game time. Like we're knocking people out here. Like this, and like you said, once you get past this one, it will get smoother in the sense of style of play. But the way that we play, it's we match up against anybody, and I'm just excited for it. And listen, the key to it, my opinion, is you got to split the first 2 games. You got to win one of them there. Bring home ice back here, and we're good to go. So
100%. Set the tone early. Take a game from them over there. Bring it back home. We know Ameren Arena gets freaking amped up. So it's going to be electric. And if you steal one over there, momentum obviously completely shifts in our favor. So I think it's going to be I'm excited, man. I'm pumped for some hockey. Feel like we also haven't had like a local team to root for. So now we're back in playoff hockey. We can feel some sort of energy.
Essentially, it's been a year. Yeah, like it's literally it's because the Dolphins obviously no playoff run. So we've just I've been living off the Cats Stanley Cup now a year. So
Yeah, that's the only thing we've got.
I wanted to keep going. I'm not looking to give it up anytime soon. So
No, same. What's your projections for game one? Score? What do we got?
I'm gonna go Cats win 3-2. I think it's gonna be a gutty performance. Possibly
Okay.
OT. Who knows? But I'm gonna go 3-2. Game one Cats.
All right, I like that. I'm gonna go. So I'm looking here. Right, total is 5.5. I'm gonna say we're gonna take the over on points. Right, and I'm gonna say it's gonna be 3-3. It's gonna go to OT. And we're going to hit a game winner in OT 4-3.
Go. Who's hitting it?
Welcome back, Chuck.
Let's go! Bring it out.
Right here.
Bring it out.
Right
Bring
here.
it out. Let's go. Chucky. Shout out Chucky, baby. Let's
right
go,
here.
man.
Right here.
It's good to have the Rat King back.
Good.
He better play, I'll tell you that much. He better play game one.
This is the luck charm right here.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna shock the world tomorrow. We're not really gonna shock the world. We're gonna shock Tampa tomorrow at home.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm fucking amped. I can't wait to watch that game.
It's gonna be awesome.
We're actually gonna let me see. We're gonna be like kind of in a flight at that time. I gotta find a way to get on that.
What time's your flight?
So we have a connecting flight. Let me see. I'll give the flight number too. So you know.
If you want to track and find out on Dre and Pooch, this is where you find him.
So we land in Chicago at 7:34 Central Time. So we basically land at the start of game time.
Yeah.
And we basically have a 45-minute layover. So yeah, I'm gonna have to watch it on the way to Green Bay from Chicago.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure too. I think the game should be on either ESPN. Yeah, it's on ESPN.
On ESPN, yeah.
So you actually should be able to watch it on the
Wi-Fi.
American. Yeah, like honestly, I think because American does the live TV thing, I'm pretty positive, and they should have ESPN. So.
Oh, we're back. We're so back.
Yeah.
Flying a Boeing 737 for anyone that's curious. Oh man. We got a playoff hockey in. Now we got our other guys over there at a Kaseya Center. Well, they're playing in Cleveland right now, but we got the Miami Heat, who we all knew this was going to go down like this. They were going to play the playing game. Everyone was debating whether they. I remember, what was it, a couple of years ago? Everyone was having the same discussion. Why are we trying to win? Why are we trying to make the playoffs? And then we make the NBA Finals, right? Yeah. Here we are again, 8th seed again. We'd love to be the 8th seed.
We were the 10th seed. First 10th seed to win the play-in.
Yep. Insane. Mavs had a chance to do it. They couldn't do it, but who did it? The Miami Heat. Heat culture, find a way to grind it out, beat two teams, that all that essentially win a game and you're in. If you're Chicago, which we beat them 3 years in a row in the play-in game, we freaking own the Chicago Bulls right now. Like they literally don't make the playoffs because of us. It's amazing. So wipe them out, dominate them. Then we go play in Atlanta, which was a crazy game. Mitchell is a freaking beast.
Best player in the league.
Took over in that fourth quarter OT and got us into the playoffs. And game one already happened. By the time this drops, game two will have happened. But what happened in game one was kind of expected, right? Like you just had to grind out 2 wins to get in on the road. You haven't been home in like 5 days at that point.
The second best team in the league.
Yeah, and then you got to go play one of the best offenses in the NBA, if not the best offense in the NBA, and then play in an electric environment. They're rested up. Like that game went as expected, especially in the fourth quarter where they kind of blew it up. But I think now we got 2 days of rest. Come in, we already kind of know like the way they're going to play. You're not going to stop Mitchell completely, but if you could kind of slow down a couple of guys around them, it all is going to come down to like our big three, essentially. Like Tyler's got to stay playing well, Bam's got to stay playing well, and then Mitchell and Wiggins, basically interchangeable 3A, 3B, are going to have to really, really step up.
100%. It's a huge uphill battle. It's not the same heat
No.
that, obviously we don't have Jimmy
Yeah,
anymore.
no Jimmy.
But
At the end of the day, you're gonna feel.
exactly. But you've got one of the best coaches, if not the best coach in the NBA.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, we ain't getting swept. We ain't going down without a fight. Like this is a team that we can. Let's see what we can do. We've got obviously we got Bam, we got Hero, we got shooters around him, Duncan, David Mitchell, the best player in the world right now.
Yeah.
So you never know. But the Heat's an interesting one because it's like oh, you want to get into the lottery and whatever, but dude, it's just so fun to have playoff basketball. Like
It
the fact
is.
that
It
we get
is.
to root for the Heat now for minimum a couple more weeks, I'll take it. And you give me the chance to upset the number one seed, I'll take it again. So, and you
Absolutely,
see, and
bro.
by the way, same thing. Like you're talking about, going from the playing game to playing pretty much the one seed. You saw what happened in the West. Like the Thunder beat the Grizzlies by 50. You know what I mean? Like those guys did the same thing. Like they just played 2 games to
True.
survive, and
True.
now you just gotta kind of take these. I think it's 2-3 days to rest and come
Yeah.
on and give you a best shot. Listen, the Cavs are very good, but anything
They're
can happen,
beatable.
baby.
They're beatable. I mean,
Yeah.
it's playoff basketball. Everyone and anyone's beatable, and all it takes is that one game where a team's off, right? And you take advantage of that game. Boom! All of a sudden, it's a 1-1 series, right? Then you go back home. You got the home court advantage at that point. You leverage off the energy of your own stadium. Heat fans show up in the playoffs, so we know that.
Mm-hmm.
You sneak one, on Wednesday, and then all of a sudden you're going back home after not being home for 9 days, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna feel good to be home. It's gonna feel good to be in your, arena, and shit. I mean, the Heat have been in this spot. Though it feels like the last 4 years, and what have they done? Succeeded every single time, So it's not the first time. We're always an underdog. It feels like, and we embrace that, and it's our identity, and it's almost like what's the word It's like an identity at a fault, right? You don't want to be in this spot, but we thrive in this spot, right?
Exactly.
And at this point, we're so used to it that shit, why not us? And I remember when we made that crazy run against the Bucks and Boston, right?
That was the best, dude. Oh my god.
Every single game, we were not favorited. Every single one.
No.
It didn't matter if we were up in the series, it was even in the series, we were playing at home. It did not matter. We were never favorited in one single game. And what do? Make the NBA Finals. So, I don't, I'm not going to say we're going to do it, but am I going to be shocked if we do it? Absolutely not.
I've got a crazy prediction. You boys ready? Heat, Warriors, NBA Finals. Jimmy versus
I was
Heat,
talking
baby.
about that.
Can you imagine if that happens?
I want it so bad for the sake of just
I want it
seeing.
So bad.
It would be textbook fucking viewership up the roof, bro. It would be insane. And can you imagine beating Jimmy?
Chef, you couldn't write a better script. If
you couldn't. Jimmy, I don't know how Jimmy would sleep at night. I love Jimmy, and he did amazing things for the Heat. I hate how it all went down. I really do. But if we were to beat the fucking Warriors in the finals, my lord.
Dude, first off, I'm with you. I love Jimmy. Jimmy's was one of my all-time favorite players.
Yeah.
Even through the whole process, I was still loving Jimmy. It wasn't until we played them and his whole act of not saying hi to anybody. That was what pissed me off. And guess what? Now it's payback time, baby. I would sacrifice 20 years of Heat playoffs. I would say we can never go to the playoffs for the next 20 years if you told me we can beat the Warriors in the final. Are you kidding me? That would be the greatest thing of all time.
I need it to happen. Fuck. I would love for it to happen this year, but at some point that needs to happen.
100%.
Oh, that needs to happen.
Especially when we get Kevin Durant next year.
You could write a fucking ESPN 30 for 30 on that whole situation.
And the first people that I tweet at are Jimmy's butt buddies, Ernie the Man or whatever his name is.
Can you imagine Pat Riley at the end of that?
Pat Riley would be so petty. He would be the pettiest man. He would probably print shirts for the parade that of Jimmy's crying face or something, 100%.
Oh my god, bro, that would I want that so bad right now. That would be insane. That would be insane.
Yeah.
We shall see. We shall see. It'll be an interesting series. We've got to get through round one. I kind of like if we were to win here, we're playing the Pacers or
The
was it
Bucks.
Pacers and who is it? Bucks. Yeah. So don't hate that. Don't hate that for us.
We'll beat anybody. If we survive this series, we can beat anybody because the Cavs
that's
are
the way I think about it.
legitimately
Like if
so.
you get through this, I'm like, dude, sky's the limit with this team at that point.
100%.
Like, give me Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals. We're not losing to them 2 years in a row.
Never.
Oh man. Well, that about does it for Heat Talk. We'll wrap it up with a little bit of a quick golf recap. Obviously, Masters. We all know what went down there.
Yep.
Rory finally completed the Grand Slam. That was huge. We saw the emotion on his face. He almost choked it.
He tried so hard.
Insane.
So hard to choke that thing.
But at the end of the day, he had enough golf shots to pull it off there at the end. Shout out Justin Rose, what he was able to to do on Sunday too, to even get himself into that playoff, hit that putt on 18 to basically essentially force the playoff. Even though Rory even had a putt on 18 to win it. And he missed that one, and he opened up the fucking door for Justin Rose to come in, and both hit great shots in that playoff hole. Rory just hit that much of a better shot in the playoffs, and it felt like destiny, even when he was like choking and it was all falling apart. It felt like for him, and we're like, oh my god, here we go again. But it was an electric Masters. You had some of the live guys there up at the top, and Bryson. Reed had a great finish on Sunday too. But it was a great Masters overall. I think, most viewed Masters either ever in I don't know how many years, probably since obviously one of Tiger's runs or something like that on Sunday. But so I think it makes sense considering how the field was playing. Who was up there on the leaderboard. I mean, a Bryson Rory Sunday pairing was exactly everything you want out of a Masters.
It ended up not even. That was the least. Thing that was
Bryson played himself out of it. Yeah, and it's funny, Justin Rose and Rory are boys. They're really of guys on the tour. They're some of the closest together. But Rory got it done, and I mean, shout out to him. I know.
Non shout out.
Dave's not the biggest Rory guy.
I tried choking the hell out of it. No, it was crazy. I mean, it definitely was. I mean, it's the best Masters since Tiger's comeback win.
Yeah.
Of him, his actual comeback. But I mean, I obviously would have loved nothing more than another Rory choke. That would have been hilarious. I also felt
it was such a weird spot because you want to root for it for the story and all that, but I was I want to get it done already, bro. Just get it done, Rory. Just get it done.
I'm such a generational hater. I was like, dude, I want him to choke again. I wanted Justin Rose so because I guess listen, everyone obviously talking about Rory he's never won the Masters, whatever, Grand Slam yet. Dude, Justin Rose is runner up 3 times, dude. And Rory's
two losses in a playoff too, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Rosie's 44. I'm like, dude, I actually want Rose to win.
No, I would have loved Rose to win it.
So
I
think it was.
He's a hard guy not to root for.
Exactly, and he lost with such class too. He was so congratulatory of Rory and things like that. And so I was like, damn, I really wish he could have done it because he had a crazy Sunday. First off, he did. I mean, he was a lead. He was a leader through the basically the first 2 days. Didn't have a great Saturday, but he played himself right back into it on Sunday and had the lowest. I think had the lowest round on Sunday. He did. Yeah, it was a great round.
And hit clutch shot after clutch shot, and it all came down to the putt on 18, which was not by any stretch of the imagination a makeable putt.
No.
Drills it, and you're like, oh my god, okay, well, Rose has got a chance. And at one point, he even took the lead, which was crazy. He took the lead.
No,
and then, hit a great shot on that playoff hole. But, I mean, Rory just put it within 4 feet.
The thing is, what's crazy about the Rory round is that he hit, 3 of the greatest golf shots I think I've ever seen. while
Insane
simultaneously
shot.
hitting 3 of the worst golf shots I've ever seen. Like, it was like the
I
crazy.
know.
Like
The putter. It was the putter, really,
The
at the end of
putter,
the
yeah,
day.
he had the yips with the putter.
Because when he hit that shot on, I think it was either, 14 or 15, the crazy hook draw
Insane.
to put it to fucking 4 feet for eagle, and you're like, okay, he's going to hit this. Then he misses that putt, and then I'm like, I remember watching that, and I'm being like, bro, that putt is going to end up haunting him. He hits this amazing shot to set himself up. If he loses this tournament by a stroke, he's going to think about that one putt. Mind me. Then he missed the other putt on 18, and then you're like, okay, he's got 2 putts now that he's going to think about if he doesn't win this shit, bro.
Oh my god, it would have been so hilarious. The thing is, like,
insane.
Like, now I'm terrified because, like, Rory tried his hardest to choke this thing. But now that he's got the monkey off his back, he might go on an absolute tear at the
He might go on a tear, yeah.
Like, which worries me because I am obviously don't.
He is already on a tear this year.
Well,
Pebble,
he's having
a players,
great year.
Like, Masters,
he has the potential to, like, if he really, like, is like, dude, he can have the greatest season of all time. Like, he can I mean, the Rory Slam obviously is available in the sense of, like, he won the first one, right? And, like, he's got so much confidence now after getting that thing off his shoulders that I actually think he's going to play scary good.
No, the pressure's off his back. He did what he needed to do. Now it's like everything's supplemental.
Yeah, but that's why it would have been hilarious if he lost, because then it'd be like, oh my god, like, he has to go back there again, and, like, everything's just going to be like, oh my god, he came so close. I actually don't think if he would have lost, there's a world that he never wins it again. Like, blowing that one would have
if he would have lost, I don't know if we would have. I don't know when's the next time we would have seen Rory.
Yeah, I know.
I really don't.
And cocky Rory's the worst, man. Oh, God. I need Hoff to put him in his place at the PGA.
Talking about chokes, and it's a guy that we all love.
I know.
It hurts me. Like, I don't even want to talk about it because I'm like stung by it. It's so not a major, but it's like, Joel, come on, bro. He missed a putt on 17, I think it was. I think that's what all.
2-footer, yeah.
A 2-footer, bro. Just like lipped out, then then goes on a fucking bogey train, bro. And it's just like he even said he was like, I just feel like I woke up from like a nightmare, and like the next thing I know is like I lost the tournament. He had a freaking 4-stroke lead with like 3 holes left or something like that, I think.
He gave a really probably the most real post interview I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But yeah, he essentially bogeyed 16. He's still up 1. He then misses the tap and 2-footer. Like, not even thinking. Like, he just like that was insane. And once he missed that,
it was insane. It was insane.
Then he bogeys 18. He went bogey to finish to lose it. He was up.
Yeah, he had a great tee shot on 18. And you're like, okay, with all the hiccups and everything that you just had on the last 2 holes, come and you hit a great tee shot. It's a tough, that 18 hole's tough. You got the wind straight in your face right off the ocean, right? Yeah. And it's like, just put it on the green and give yourself a 2-putt, right? At worst case scenario. And you go play a playoff, and then you figure it out. You're starting from scratch. It's a terrible second shot that hugging right in the rough, right off the coast. And you're like, oh, God, bro. Like, now you got to hit a crazy chip to just get a good putt. Doesn't hit a great chip, leave himself with like an 8-9 footer, and you missed the putt. And then you're like, oh, my God, it just happened. Like that.
Just blew it. Yeah. It's crazy.
But, I mean, look, for him, there's a lot of positives. Like, he's playing really well this year. Like,
he is, but that's a demoralizing. Like,
yeah, especially that one. I mean, I don't know what his tour status is right now, but, he would have extended it, I think, up to like latest like 2030, right? By winning that event. And then he gets into PGA Championship this year and one other tournament this year. And then a bid to, I think, is it to the Masters next year? I think is what it was.
He would have, He would have.
Yeah. So it's like, fuck, dude. Like,
yeah, he's playing well. I mean, he's got 3. I'm looking at it right here. He's got 3 top 10s this year, 4 top 25s. He's in the top 70 FedEx Cup standings.
He's playing well. I mean, obviously, like that win would have just added so much more, though.
No, you kidding me? That would have been. I mean, it would have been huge. Cause,
huge for Higo, by the way. Like, I know we're talking with Joel. Like, huge for Higo. Guy doesn't even have it. You saw he was wearing the Boston hat all weekend.
Yeah.
Like, publicly announcing, like, I don't have any sponsors. Like, I'm just doing me. Let the hair
That's pretty
fucking
cool.
flow out,
Yeah.
and just wearing the Boston hat all week. And I mean, he played well all weekend too. He was just kind of like always there, lingering. It was just like Joel came out on such a hot tear. He broke the course record for Thursday, Friday round.
Bro, him and JT both went 10 under first round of each tournament. It was crazy.
Yeah. I mean, we've been talking about JT all year too. Like, he's due. He was due. Like, we said he was going to win on the Florida swing. He had a couple chances. Didn't end up winning. Yeah. Then he almost won at where did he always win? I had money on him too.
Valspar.
Yeah. And so he's been due, and he finally was able to pull it off.
Talk about a crazy putt too, like on that playoff, that 20-footer to win. Oh man, that's
obviously huge JT guy, rooting for him, but it would have been like Novak's never won. That would have been a sick one.
And he's a hometown kid, like he is South Carolina. Like it would have been cool. But I don't want to brag.
He's also playing electric right now too.
He is. But
yeah, I mean, he's another guy that he's gonna win at one point this year. He has to.
He's playing really well, but 4 outrights already this season.
That's crazy.
4 outrights already.
I had like 3 guys that I had Maverick this week too, and he was up there. Kind of didn't do enough to win. Like, I'm like Novak right now, or Joel.
Yeah.
My golf betting is like, hey, we're making some really, really solid picks, but they're not winning.
Yeah, but no, that's huge. It's huge for JT, and I talk about like getting that monkey off the shoulder. Let's see what he can do with it heading into the rest of the major season. Because like you mentioned, like he was so due. He's been playing so well this season. It was only a matter of time, and he finally did it. So shout out JT.
What's this week? We got Zurich, no?
Zurich, right? Yeah. Rory and
Shane are defending.
Yeah.
I love that term. That'll be fun.
It's always a fun one. Let's see. I don't even know all the.
It would have been sick if that was the weekend that we were out there in NOLA.
Yeah, we missed it by a week essentially.
By basically a week, yeah.
All right, let me pull up the teams.
For 2 weeks,
I'm gonna give you.
What you got to pick? You got to pick for the Zurich?
I'm going to tell you right now. Let's see.
Where are you looking?
I'm on PGA. I'm just looking at the power rankings just to see like some of the teams. You know what?
Uh-oh.
I'm going to ride the boy this week in terms of I'm going to ride with Andrew Novak. And he's paired up with Ben Griffin. Ben Griffin is a low-key name that plays very well. He hasn't,
he does.
There's a lot of tournaments this year. He's playing well. He's kind of always in contention. They're teaming up. 2 guys. I don't think either one of them. I know Novak has. I'm pretty positive Ben hasn't won. This is their tournament, baby. I love that. I love that pairing.
Nico and Gracerman. I like that.
I was looking at that one too. That's a good one.
That's a good one. The Fitzpatrick brother. I like the Fitzpatrick brothers, bro.
Yeah, Fitzy played well this weekend. It's fun.
Matty played well this weekend, bro. Yeah. He always plays well there, though.
He does. He loves that place. The Hogard brothers are paired up too.
Hago and Fox. Oh, Joel will be there.
Yeah, your boy's there too. So he's paired with Aaron Ryan.
Let's go. Hago is there with Fox, Higgs and Dahmen. Bro, our boy Rai was playing fucking nice too, bro.
Hey, that's a good pairing. Him and Sahith. Sahith, like he's still not playing great, but he's playing a lot better than he was at the start of the season, at least.
Did you see the break that he got on that hole?
Yeah.
Guy hit a sprinkler head and ball fucking bounced to fucking the next planet, bro. And
I know.
Poor guy. He'll turn the corner. Just give him some time. There's 3 majors left. He's winning all 3 of them.
Sorry, I've already booked them.
Oh shit. No, I like this tournament. It'll be sick. Yeah, I like it. We got a lot of good things going on. A lot of good things. A lot of
good stuff coming down the pipeline.
We're turning the corner in the sports world out here.
Oh yeah.
next episode will be a mix of a Dolphins venting session mixed with hopefully a couple celebratory.
Yes.
You know,
we have to mix in. We have to mix in the good with the bad.
Can't be all bad, right? Like,
I swear to God, if both the Cats and the Heat lose and like we draft Jalen Milroe at 13, I'm gonna flip.
It'll be a burial. Just we'll have everything. You know, we'll have the flowers laid out. You know, we'll do that, or we're gonna sacrifice a chicken or something.
Yeah, or Pooch.
That too. Oh shit. Well, yeah, that about does it for today's episode. We'll stay tuned for what the next episode is going to be, because it can go so many different ways next week.
100%.
All right.
100%. Enjoy Green Bay, Pooch and Dre. That's going to be awesome. So
yeah, that'll be a cool
go make a pick for us.
Some cool content coming out of there for sure.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
Peace.